You are now listening to
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Joshua Freeman. Welcome back to Joshua vs. Movies, where we react, review, and go against all your favorite movies. Today, the movie I'll be going against, standing in the blue corner, The Fault in Our Stars. The Fault in Our Stars came out in 2014 and was directed by Josh Boone. The movie is based off the novel with the same name by John Green. The movie stars Shailene Woodley, Ansel Elgort, Laura Dern, and Willem Dafoe. The movie was met with positive reviews, but we'll see how good The Fault is when it goes against me. The genre of the movie will be romance, while the visuals will represent how well certain effects and the settings look throughout the movie. If you guys have any questions on the scoring template for each category, it will be in the description below. But I think we're all set. So without further ado, let's get to the review.
Fight!
Round 1.
Late in the winter of my 17th year, my mother decided that I was depressed. The booklets and the websites always list depression as a side effect of cancer. Depression's not a side effect of cancer. It's a side effect of dying. Which is what was happening to me.
I may switch you to Zoloft.
Why stop there? Really, just keep them coming. Like the Keith Richards of cancer kids.
Have you been going to that support group I suggested?
Yeah, it's not my thing.
So, who knows, you might even find it enlightening.
Who wants to share their story with the group?
I'm Angel. I have acute myeloid leukemia.
Hi, I'm PJ. I have neuroblastoma.
I'm Patrick, testicular.
I'll spare you the gory details of Patrick's ball cancer. And he almost died, but he didn't die. So now here he is, divorced, friendless. Show us that one day, if we're lucky, we could be just like him.
Hazel?
Thyroid originally, but now with quite the impressive satellite colony in my lungs.
And how are you doing?
You mean besides the terminal cancer?
Why don't I play another song? Christ, Christ.
So, was it awesome?
And that was my life. Reality shows, doctor's appointments, but worst of all, support group.
You need to make friends. Be a teenager.
Mom, if you want me to be a teenager, you don't send me to support group. Give me a fake ID so that I can go to club, take pot.
You don't take pot?
Okay, well that is the kind of thing I would know with a fake ID. And so I went.
Okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. This is a nice opening scene explaining who Hazel is and where she's currently at in her life.
Fight!
Round 2.
Hey! Make some friends.
Oh, sorry. I'll take the stairs. Sorry.
My bad. Someone want to start? Who wants to kick it off? You're facing some challenges right now. Do you want to share with the group? Or maybe your friend here?
I'm Isaac. I have a retinoblastoma, so this is a glass eye, and then I'm going into the hospital to have another surgery to take out the other eye. So after that surgery, I'm just gonna be totally blind. Thanks.
We're here for you, Isaac.
I'm Augustus Waters, and I had a touch of osteosarcoma about 1.5 years ago. So I lost this baby as a result.
Maybe you'd like to share your fears with the group.
Oblivion. You see, I intend to live an extraordinary life, to be remembered. So I'd say if I have any fears, it would be to not do that.
I just want to say that, there's gonna come a time when all of us are dead. Oblivion's inevitable. And if that scares you, then I suggest you ignore it. God knows it's what everyone else does.
That's some good advice.
I like all this because it...
Always.
Always.
What's your name?
Hazel.
And what's your full name?
Hazel Grace Lancaster? Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you're beautiful.
Oh my god.
I enjoy looking at beautiful people. Always.
Always? What's with the always?
Always is like the thing, like they'll always love each other and whatnot. Let's go watch a movie.
You could be an axe murderer.
There's always that possibility.
Come on, Hazel Grace. Take a risk.
I don't... Really? That is disgusting.
Hey, did you go for a cigarette?
You just ruined this whole thing.
The whole thing?
Yeah. Even though you had freaking cancer, you're willing to give money to a corporation for the chance to acquire even more cancer?
They don't actually hurt you unless you light them. It's a metaphor, see? You put the thing that does the killing right between your teeth, but you never give it the power to kill you.
Hey, sweetheart, is it top model time?
I've made plans with Augustus Waters.
Okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. I like this scene with Hazel meeting Gus in the movie explaining who he is, and also where he's currently at in life.
Fight!
Round 3.
Yeah, I failed my test a couple times.
You don't say.
So, tell me about you.
I was 13 when they found it. Thyroid, stage 4. Not much they could do, which didn't stop them, of course. And then one day, my lungs started filling up with water. No one could get it under control.
You can let go, sweetie.
But then something strange happened. The antibiotics kicked in. Next thing I know, I found myself in an experimental trial. It didn't work in over 70% of the patients, but for some reason, it's been working for me. Of course, my lungs still suck at being lungs, but theoretically, they could continue to suck like this for, I don't know, a while maybe.
Dislocation?
God damn it, Gus.
Welcome to my humble abode. My folks call them encouragements.
Hey! Augustus, hi. New friend?
This is Hazel Grace.
Hey. Oh, it's just Hazel.
How's it going, just Hazel?
Hi, Hazel. How are you?
Yeah, we're going downstairs. Bye. This is it. Augusta world.
Do you mind if I sit down?
Yeah. Make yourself at home.
Sorry, the stairs and the standing. It's...
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. What's your story?
I already told you.
Not your cancer story, your real story. Your interests, your hobbies, your passions, your weird fetishes.
An imperial affliction.
Okay. Okay, what's it about?
Cancer.
What cancer?
But not like that, trust me. His name is Peter Van Houten. He's the only person I've ever come across in my life who, A, understands what it's like to be dying, but B, hasn't actually died.
Hazel Grace? I love it when you talk medical to me.
Okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. This is a nice scene with Hazel and Gus hanging out with each other, and the movie telling more about Hazel's story.
Fight!
Round 4.
Hazel Grace.
Augustus Waters.
I cannot stop thinking about this goddamn book.
You're welcome.
Dear Mr. Waters, I'm writing to thank you for your electronic correspondence.
Augustus?
I may have found Van Houten's assistant, emailed her.
Augustus.
She may have forwarded that email on to Van Houten.
Augustus, keep reading, keep reading.
Both for your kind words about an imperial affliction. To answer your question, no, I have not written anything else, nor will I. I do not feel like continuing to share my thoughts with readers would benefit either them or me. So yeah, that just happened.
Oh my god.
I've been trying to tell you I'm kind of awesome.
I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. Dear Mr. Peter Van Houten, my name is Hazel Grace Lancaster. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind answering a few questions I have about what happens after the end of the book. Specifically the following. Does Anna's mom marry the Dutch tulip man? Lastly, I was hoping you could shed some light on Sisyphus the hamster. These questions have haunted me for years. And of course, if you ever do decide to write anything else, I would love to read it. Frankly, I'd read your grocery list.
Not bad.
You think? Is it really 1 a.m.?
Is it? Yeah, I guess it is. Okay.
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 Perhaps okay will be our always.
Okay.
So the movie's gonna earn a point right here. I like how Hazel and Gus bond over the book that Hazel recommends to him, and also them creating their own always with okay. And when it comes to the visuals in the movie, they end up being good. I like the visuals in the movie of Hazel and Gus texting each other, which ends up giving more life to the scene. So with that, the movie earns a 0.5 out of 0.5 for visuals.
Fight!
Round 5.
Hey, Gus, how are you?
I'm Mrs. Lancaster. I'm Augustus Waters.
Nice to meet you, Michael.
Hi, Hazel Grace.
Hi.
How would you like to go on a picnic with me?
I smell like hospital, so I should just change.
You're a survivor yourself, huh?
Yeah. You know, I didn't cut this fella off for the hell of it. And he's here for 14 months.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I'm very lucky.
Hey, listen, Gus. You have to understand Hazel's still pretty sick. And she will be the rest of her life.
Ready, Gus?
Yeah.
See you soon.
All right.
Oh, such a beautiful day.
Funky Bones by Job van Lieshout. Sandwich?
Let me guess.
Dutch cheese and tomato. You're probably wondering why you're sitting here eating a bad cheese sandwich and drinking orange juice with a guy in a Rick Schmitz jersey.
It actually has crossed my mind.
You know, I too have an interest in meeting this Mr. Peter Van Houten, and I don't really think it would make much sense to meet him without the girl who introduced me to the book in the first place, now would it?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Augustus!
Okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. This is a nice scene with Gus sharing his wish with Hazel and also meeting Hazel's dad. And it makes sense why Hazel's dad tries to warn Gus about Hazel's condition. I mean, aside from her still being sick, an accident happens right after he surprises her with Amsterdam. And he's also not as sick as her. It also makes sense for Hazel to ignore Gus after the accident.
Hazel,
Gus, I'm a grenade. One day I'm gonna explode, and I'm gonna obliterate everything in my wake, and...
Hazel Grace, I hope you realize you trying to keep your distance from me in no way lessens my affection for you.
Fight!
Round 6.
What? Look at the stained glass. It's so amazing. Oh, I'm gonna check us in. We better get you dressed because you have reservations for 2 tonight for dinner at Eulogy. Okay, what will you wear?
Is that for me?
Gus.
Wow,
What?
you look gorgeous.
When I see something, stay, just tell me, 'cause I know, Lord, for it, that it will last.
This is it.
Your table, Mr. and Mrs. Waters?
Thank you.
The champagne is our gift. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Okay.
Okay. I like your suit.
Thank you. It's the first time I've ever worn it.
Oh, hey, remember what you said about Vegas?
Yeah.
Do you think I can join in on that deal?
God?
Maybe. What about you?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes. I definitely believe in something. I mean, otherwise, what's the point?
Maybe there is no point.
I won't accept that. I am in love with you.
Augustus.
I am in love with you. Sorry. I think we'll just have the check.
No, sir. Your meal has been paid by Mr. Van Houten.
Okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. I like this scene with Hazel and Gus going out in Amsterdam and having dinner. And when it comes to the romance of the movie, it ends up being good. I like how both characters are attracted to each other at first, but they actually bond over a book, bringing them together even more. And I have to say, it does make the movie better. So with that, the movie earns a 0.5 out of 0.5 for romance.
Fight!
Round 7.
I'm so excited I can barely breathe.
As opposed to normal?
Get out of here. Hi.
Hi, I'm Augustus.
Peter, they're here.
Who the hell is they, Levi?
They are Augustus and Hazel.
Get rid of them.
I will not do this, Peter. Please be nice. Thank you. Mr. Van Houten, thank you so much for writing back to us.
Clearly an errant judgment. Look where it got me. Scotch?
No, thank you. Perhaps some breakfast first, Peter?
She thinks I have a drinking problem.
I also think the Earth is round.
So, you like my book?
We love your book.
Yeah.
Did you dress like her on purpose?
Kind of.
What can I do for you?
We have some questions,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, about what happens at the end of your book.
How familiar are you with Swedish hip-hop?
I would say limited.
Levi, play Bumferrelala immediately.
Vinden och flaggan som vajar och kladdande flagga på kinden. Joggade med tanksmässa i en skoldress och ring och kör din text och har mig gäspa som en flipp.
Are you messing with us? Like, is this some sort of performance?
Gus, sit down. All right, so at the end of the book,
Let's
Anna's...
imagine you're racing a tortoise. You're faster than the tortoise, but you can never catch him, you see. You can only decrease his lead. Now, certainly you can run past the tortoise as long as you don't contemplate the mechanics involved.
Hazel, I'm sorry, I have no idea what's going on.
You seem so intelligent in print, Mr. Waters. Has the cancer found its way into your brain?
Peter.
I'm not interested.
But you promised!
Nothing happens. They're fiction.
It's impossible
I will not
to imagine
indulge
what...
your childish whims. I refuse to pity you in the manner in which you're accustomed.
Pity, I do not want your pity. Peter,
You
that's
are
enough.
a side effect to an evolutionary process that cares little for individual lives. You are a failed experiment in mutation.
Okay, I came here for one thing and one thing only. That is for you to tell me what happens at the end of this goddamn book.
I can't.
And make something up!
I want you to leave.
I'll write you a sequel.
So sorry I spent your wish on that asshole.
No, you did not spend it on him. You spent it on us.
Okay, so that's gonna be my point. This scene isn't bad, and I'm not even mad that he acts like this. I just feel like the assistant knew something like this would happen, but still didn't warn Peter ahead of time. I mean, he didn't even know about dinner.
Both really wanted to thank you for dinner last night and for the champagne.
It was amazing. It was magical.
We bought them dinner last night.
Was our pleasure.
And I'm pretty sure he hasn't seen any of the letters.
Fight!
Round 8.
What a monster.
Mom was awful.
Then what happened?
We went to Anne Frank's house. Oh my gosh, we probably still have a few hours, right? Should we go to the Van Gogh Museum?
Whatever you want.
Do you think Hazel and I can just have like a little time alone?
Sure, Gus. I am gonna run to the room.
What is it?
So just before you went into the hospital, there was this, I felt an ache in my hip. So I had a PET scan, and it lit up like a Christmas tree. Lining my chest, my liver, just
Damn.
everywhere.
What the fuck?
Should have told you.
so unfair.
Don't you worry about me, Hazel Grace, okay? I'm gonna find a way to hang around here and annoy you for a long time.
Are you in pain?
No. I'm okay. I don't suppose you can just forget about this. No, just treat me like I'm not dying.
Sheesh, okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. What a scene right here where Gus admitting to Hazel that he's dying. I also think it's wild how he remained the same happy Augustus during the whole time before telling her, because he knew about this before her accident. But when it comes to the actors and the acting, they end up being one of the highlights of the movie. Shailene Woodley puts on a great performance as Hazel Grace, as she does an iconic job embodying the character. Ansel Elgort is a win as well, as he ends up being great as Augustus Waters. Also, Laura Dern is always a win, as she does well as Hazel Grace's mom. So with that, the movie earns a 1.0 out of 1.0 for actors and acting.
Fight!
Round 9.
Oh, Augustus.
Quick question for you. Did you ever write that eulogy I asked you to prepare?
I may have.
Do you think you could find your way down to the literal heart of Jesus in the next few minutes?
Maybe. Is everything okay?
I love you, Hazel Grace.
Hi.
You're late.
How you doing? You look ravishing, Hazel Grace.
I know, right?
I wanted to attend my own funeral. I'm hopeful that I'll be able to attend as a ghost, but... However, just in case it doesn't work out...
Augustus Waters was a cocky son of a bitch, but we forgave him. When the scientists from the future come to my house with robot eyes, I'm gonna tell those scientists to piss off, because Gus, I don't even want to see a world without you. Then having made my point, I'll probably put the robot eyes on, because, you know, come on, the robot eyes. That's awesome.
Come on, the robot eyes. What are you gonna do?
Godspeed.
It's down to you, Hazel Grace.
My name is Hazel Grace Lancaster, and Augustus Waters was the star-crossed love of my life. You know, I'd kind of hoped that he'd be the one eulogizing me, because there's really no one else. I'm not going to talk about our love story because I can't. So, instead, I'm going to talk about math. There are infinite numbers between 0 and 1. Of course, there is a bigger infinite set of numbers between 0 and 2, or between 0 and 1,000,000. You know, I want more numbers than I'm likely to get. Do I want more days for Augustus Waters than what he got? I cannot tell you how thankful I am for our little infinity. You gave me a forever within the numbered days, and for that I am eternally grateful. I love you so much.
Okay, the movie's gonna earn a point right here. This is a beautiful scene with Hazel reading Gus's eulogy to him. And I also like how the movie goes through Gus becoming depressed.
Gus. Babe, what's going on?
Look, please don't call 911, please. Don't call my parents or not. I will never forgive you if you call them.
Hi. 911? We need an ambulance. On First Avenue.
I mean, like Hazel said in the beginning.
Depression's not a side effect of cancer. It's a side effect of dying.
I also like Hazel being upset at Gus because he feels like he's not going to be remembered. The point is to impact the people we have in our lives in a positive way. And she becomes upset because she feels that he's done that to her.
I'm mad.
I am mad. I'm mad because I think you're special. And is that not enough?
And basically changed her life. I mean, before she met Gus, she was depressed.
I'm not depressed.
Oh, right. Sorry. My bad. But she was reading the same book and was barely eating. And then when she met him, she started doing more things. But she feels that he feels that's not enough. And I like that he realized that he fulfilled what he wanted after hearing the eulogy. And when it comes to the directing by Josh Boone, it ends up being good. Boone does well incorporating nice shots in the movie, but it isn't perfect as some shots could have been better. So with that, the movie earns a 0.9 out of 1.0 for directing.
Fight!
Final round, round 10.
Augustus Waters died 8 days later in the ICU when the cancer stopped his heart.
Already know.
It was unbearable. The whole thing. One of the first things they ask you in the ER is to rate your pain on a scale from 1 to 10. I remember once when I couldn't catch my breath and it felt like my chest was on fire, I held up 9 fingers. The reason I called it a 9 was because I was saving my 10. And this was it.
Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life. Augustus Waters fought hard for many years, and his strength,
What a load of shit, huh, kid?
was a source of inspiration for each and every one of us. Now we are going to hear from Gus's special friend, Hazel Lancaster.
There's a beautiful quote in Gus's home that reads, "If you want the rainbow, you have to deal with the rain." I didn't believe a word. He was always able to crack a smile. But that's okay. Funerals, I decided, are not for the dead. They're for the living. I'll see you soon. Drive safe.
He was quite insistent I attend his funeral and tell you what became of Anna and her mother, so...
I'm really not in the mood.
You don't want an explanation?
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
Thank you.
Are you familiar with the trolley problem?
You are a drunk, and you're a failure, and I need you to get out of my car right now so that I can go home and be by myself and grieve.
You'll want to read this.
I don't want to read anything. Can you just get out of my car? Please get out of my car!
Okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. I like this scene where Hazel decided not to read the eulogy in front of everyone. I mean, the important thing is that Gus heard it himself. And that's who really needed to hear it. I also love how Gus puts together his own eulogy for Hazel, basically as a goodbye present. And I gotta say, it's dope how he ends it.
Okay, Hazel Grace?
Okay.
And when it comes to the plot and the story, it ends up being really good. I like the story of these two characters finding new meaning to life after meeting each other. And the movie also does well with having them bond over a book. The movie also provides good justification as to why Peter acts like that when Hazel and Gus goes to see him.
My daughter was 8. She suffered beautifully for so long.
I mean, the assistant obviously knew since she emailed them back. She even said after they left,
Circumstance have made him cruel. I thought meeting you would help him.
and that makes more sense than the assistant emailing him back because she feels bad for him.
Cancer proof.
Total cancer proof.
The movie also does well creating meaningful scenes. So with that, the movie earns a 1.0 out of 1.0 for plot and story. So there you guys have it. That's my match against the Fallen Out Stars. It turns out the stars are beautiful as I end up losing this one. We're not done yet though. Let's go see where it fits on a scale. Let's go check out the final numbers.
Okay, so when it comes to the final numbers, we have everything except for the editing and the music. There wasn't any problems in terms of the editing, so that'll remain a 0.3 out of 0.3. And when it comes to the music, the movie does well providing nice music during certain scenes in the movie. And I gotta say, it does make the scenes more impactful. So with that, the movie earns a 0.1 out of 0.2 for music. So now that we have all the numbers, let's add them up. So the movie ends up with a 4.3 out of 4.5, and that gives it an A+ rating. So there you guys have it. That's my movie review of The Fault in Our Stars. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. And also let me know which movie you want me to go against next. But until then, this is Joshua Freeman. This has been Joshua vs. Movies. I'm going to see you guys in the next match.
Oh, Marsha.
It's a fatal flaw.
Fatal.
Or because he only got 19 years when he should have gotten way more.
18 years, buddy.
Dude, come on. Really? I'm assuming you have a little more time, you interrupting bastard.
Interrupting
You're
bastard.
supposed to be dead.